Alright, y'all, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Cigar Ralphie. And today we're gonna break down Nas lyrics. Probably one of my favorite old school Nas hip hop songs of all time is Nas is like. It was I was young when that came out. I was like, and it was like kind of that crossover, stage from being a kid to being a teenager. And I'm thinking, I'm thinking I'm cool and I want to do other things. And this song just, I remember, hit me hard because just the lyrics were crazy. And just to show you the difference, man, how the lyrics were written back in the day, especially with a person like Nas, who's so like philosophical, and like you could tell this guy read a lot of books. Reads a lot of books. And just listen to the lyrics. And like, this is the type of hip hop that I gravitate to. Not hating on the new hip hop. It is what it is. People getting their money, but this guy's a poet. You know what I mean? Okay, listen. All right, let's break it down. Freedom or jail, clips inserted, a baby's being born. Same time my man is murdered, the beginning and end. Freedom or jail, if I don't do this, I got freedom. If I do this, I go to jail. A baby's being born, same time a man is murdered, the beginning and the end. Life and death. As far as rap goes, it's only natural I explain my plateau and also what defines my name. First it was nasty, the times have changed. It's only natural that I explain my plateau. He's saying his plateau is where he feels that he plateaued, where he couldn't go any higher. You know what I'm saying? He feels this is the spot where I plateaued at in my career as a rapper. In case you didn't know, when he first came out, his name was Nasty Nas. He says, "Ask me now, I'm the artist, but hardcore, my signs for pain." Meaning he has to be hardcore. He's just expressing his pain through his trials and tribulations, of growing up, whatever happened to him in life. He's hardcore, but that's his hardcoreness. That's how he expresses his pain. I spent time in the game, kept my mind on fame, saw things shoot up and do lines of cocaine, saw my close friend shot, flatline in my same, that depends, carry Mac 10s to practice my aim. I spent time in the game, kept my mind on fame. It's self-explanatory. So my close friend shot, flatline on my scene. He seen a close friend of his die, which is true. If you look at there's a Nas documentary that he was there when his boy got shot and all that good stuff. Not good stuff, but all that. You know what I'm saying? Street scriptures for lost souls in the crossroads, to the corner thugs hustling for cars that cost dough, to the big dogs living large, taking it light, pushing big toys, getting nice, enjoying your life. Street scriptures for lost souls in the crossroads, to the corner thugs hustling for cars that cost dough, to the big dogs living large, taking it light. Suicide, few tried to take it, belt tied around their neck in jail cells naked, heaven and hell, rap legend, presence is felt, and of course NAS are the letters that spell. Pushing big toys, getting nice, enjoying your life is what you make it. Suicide, few try to take it. The way Nas writes is he'll cut words out, but he'll lead into the next subject without even saying the full sentence. You know what I mean? Like he'll lead into the subject. Look, pushing big toys, getting nice, enjoy your life is what you make it. So he'll use the word life. You know what I'm saying? The end of the last sentence of the last bar to start the new one without saying it again. So enjoying your life is what you make it. Life is what you make it. You know what I'm saying? But the end of the last bar was enjoying your life. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying your life is what you make it. Suicide, few try to take it. There's a few rappers that do that. Ghostface Killer's another one. A lot of people can't get with it because it's not that it's hard to wrap your head around it, but it's a little more complex to listen to his rhymes, is because a lot of times what he's saying is not exactly that, like it's not that, you know what I mean? It's not like plain and simple, like that's what he's saying. There's something in between. You gotta read between the lines whenever, like if you're reading Nas lyrics or you're listening to Nas. Heaven and hell, rap legend, presence is felt. He's saying when you're a rap legend, you're in heaven and hell. You feel heaven and hell because you have all these things, you know, and you're good, you can provide and all that stuff. But it's also hell. There's a lot of hell that comes with all that, you know, with being a rap legend. So he's saying the presence of heaven and hell is felt. Ooh, earth, wind, and fire, rims and tires, bulletproof glass inside is the realest driver. Through earth, wind, and fire, I'm driving this life, the vehicle of life. You know what I mean? And he's the realest driver because he's like real with everything he does. You know what I mean? Planets in orbit, line them up with the stars, tarot cards. You can see the Pharaoh Nas. If you go to a tarot reader and he's telling you, look, these stars are aligned for you, blah blah blah, meaning when those stars align, you'll see Nas. He's saying that's how malevolent he is, how powerful he is. You know what I mean? That's deep, man. You guys, you don't understand. Okay, he said he's the Messiah type before Christ and after the death of Christ. So he's saying what he's saying is that he's gonna be there before and after hip hop. You know what I'm saying? He's been there before, during obviously, and after the death of hip hop. He's still there. The last one left. The last one left alive. This is way before he even got really rich. The last one left. Let my cash invest in stock. Came a long way from blasting texts on blocks. Went from Seiko to Rolex, owning acres. From the projects with no chips. That's money in case you guys don't know. With no chips to large cake dough. Nas, man. Dime screaming fellatio, 7 zeros, 7 zeros, 7. Dime screaming fellatio, 7 zeros behind his money. That's a lot of money. He said 7 zeros, so he ended it with pesos because it rhymes with zeros. 7 zeros, bet my non-spit for the pesos, meaning he will kill for the money. You know what I mean? And when he says he kill for the money, and with a lot of rappers too, don't take it literally. Now, yeah, a lot of time, even before, yeah, I guess, you know, with a lot of rappers, yeah, you could take it literally, but he's saying he will that he will hustle hard for that money. He will do whatever he has to do to get that money. But what's it all worth? Can't take you with you under this earth. Rich men died and tried, but none of it worked. They just robbed your grave. I'd rather be alive and paid. He's saying what is this hustle all worth? I mean, you can't take it with you when you die, when they bury you, because a lot of rich men have died and try to get buried with their money, like with, you know, the pharaohs get buried with their gold and stuff like that, but none of it worked because they'll just rob your grave. You know, you have the grave robbers will go in there and take your money after you die. So is it worth it? Is it worth to hustle this hard? Is it worth to put your body through this, to do all this? You know what I mean? It's a dirty game. Is any man worthy of fame? Much success to you, even if you wish me the opposite. Sooner or later, we'll all see who the prophet is. I don't think I gotta break that down for you. Do I have to break that down for you? I don't gotta break that down. Do you understand? I'm like beef busting heat through your window. Beef, in case you don't know, in New York, I don't know, I think they say it well, but in New York, we say, yo, you got beef, meaning you got a problem with somebody, you got an issue. Busting heat through your window. Busting heat, meaning, you know, busting shots through your window, meaning you have a problem. Nas is like, beef is like a problem. Is, you know, when somebody's shooting through your window, you're scared. He's like, oh my God, you know, he's like a dilemma. Like Greeks in Egypt learning something deep from their teachers. That part right there, like Greeks in Egypt. Who says that? Who says that? No, like no, you're not gonna hear you're not gonna hear too many other rappers rapping like this. Like Greeks in Egypt learning something deep from their teachers. You understand what that? You understand that? He's like, Nas is like Greeks in Egypt learning something deep from their teachers. This last verse is where he really says Nas is like. This is what Nas is like. This is where he told you this is what Nas is like. All right. I'm like crime like you're 9. You're a man you would die for. I always got you. I'm like that dude you would cry for. You know what I mean? You know, for the ladies. I'm like a whole lot of loot, a lot of money. You know? I'm like a whole lot of loot. I'm like Chris Money. You know what I mean? Corporate accounts from a rich company. I'm like ecstasy for ladies. I'm like all races combined in one man. Jesus Christ, man. It's a mix of emotions, he's saying. When you're around Nas, it's a mix of emotions. It's good and bad. You know, he's saying the good. I'm like Pop Duke you will cry for. You know, I'm like a whole lot of loot. I'm like Chris Money, corporate accounts from a rich company. But then, you know, he goes on to say that he goes, I'm like all races combined in one man, like the 99 Summer Jam. He's everybody, black, white, Spanish, Asian, it doesn't matter, Indian. I'm like being like, and then on the bad side, I'm like being locked down around new faces, and none of them fam. Meaning none of them are family. If you've ever gone to jail, I've never been an inmate, but I worked in the jail. But when you go to jail, it's your first time in jail and you're locked up with all these guys in there. You know, obviously, you know, they've done some criminal shit. They're all criminals. And you don't know any of them. None of them are your family. You don't know what's gonna happen. You're just like nervous. You're like, oh my God. That's what Nas is like. He's saying that's what I'm like. Man. I'm the feeling of a millionaire spending 100 grand. You know, it's like a millionaire when he spends 100,000. You know, if he feels good because he's a millionaire and he can do that. You know. I'm the feeling of a millionaire spending 100 grand. I'm a poor man's dream, a thug poet, living and I write it down and I watch it blow up. Y'all know what I'm like. You play it in your system every night now. That's crazy. He's the dream of a poor man. You know, a poor man dreams of being rich. A poor man means about not being poor. A poor man dreams that he has everything he wants and all, you know, and more. He's a thug poet. I mean, that is what it is. Live it, and he lives it, and then he writes it down, and then he watches it blow up. He lives the life, then he writes it in his paper. You know what I'm saying? Spits it in his raps, and then he watches it blow up. You know, because everybody likes it. He gets money. He's Nas. You know, y'all know what I'm like. You play it in your system every night now. I don't think I got to tell you anymore, man. Where are these rappers? Where are these rappers, man? They need to clone him. They need to clone Nas. I mean, we got, you know, J. Cole and all them dudes, and I like them. But this is just my type. Nas is my favorite. Nas is my favorite, hands down, because just, you know, man, his lyrics are crazy, man. Like this thing, you can literally, like, you could take wherever his rhyme books. I think they should publish them. I think they should publish his books. We're in his handwriting. I don't want it in type. In his handwriting, just put whatever he scribbled out and all that in his handwriting. Publish the books, man. And as a collector's item, I'll definitely get that. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on social media, and I will see you on the next smoke. I'm like a street sweeper.